Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that many long distance couples dance around, often because it feels too heavy. But trust me, this is the conversation you need to have if you want your future together to be strong and clear. We're talking about the hardest conversation you'll ever have, especially when you're 1,000 miles apart. You know that feeling, right? The endless I miss yous, the longing, the counting down until the next visit. It's beautiful, it's romantic, but eventually you have to move beyond just missing each other and ask the big question: is this sustainable? And if not, what are we really prepared to do about it? This isn't just about love, it's about building a shared life. And often, what makes this talk so incredibly difficult is facing potential deal breakers head on. But here's the thing: facing them together makes you stronger. Let's break down why this conversation is crucial and how to navigate it without falling apart. First up, let's talk about the emotional toll. Living far apart isn't just physically taxing, it hits you mentally and emotionally. It's easy to dismiss a bad day as just being tired. But is the distance genuinely affecting your mood, your patience, your overall well being, or your partner's? Be honest with yourselves. Are you feeling lonely more often than not? Is the stress of coordination and travel wearing you down? It's vital to acknowledge these feelings, not just individually, but as a couple. If you're both feeling this strain, it's a huge sign that you need to move beyond the current arrangement. Once you've acknowledged the emotional weight, you naturally move into the critical questions about ending the distance. The biggest one: who would move? This isn't just about packing boxes, it's about uprooting a life. And then, where would you settle? Would it be one of your current locations or somewhere entirely new for both of you? These decisions aren't made in a vacuum. You need to consider career implications for both of you. Is one career more flexible? Are there job opportunities in the desired location? What about finances? Can you both afford to make this change? And let's not forget family logistics. Moving closer to one family might mean moving further from another. These are heavy considerations and they require a lot of open, honest discussion. This leads us to a fundamental truth. A long distance relationship without a clear end date and a concrete plan for closing the gap is, more often than not, just a slow breakup. It might sound harsh, but think about it. If there's no light at the end of the tunnel, no shared goal to work towards, the I miss yous eventually start to feel hollow, and the relationship can slowly erode under the weight of uncertainty and unmet expectations. Having a plan, even if it's a flexible one, provides hope, direction, and a shared purpose. It transforms your individual lives into a collaborative journey. Next, we absolutely need to talk about the what if. This isn't about being negative, it's about being prepared. What if things get delayed? What if your meticulously crafted plan hits a snag? Life happens. Maybe one of you can't find a job in the new city as quickly as planned, or you can't find a place to live that you both love and agree on. How long is an acceptable delay for both of you? Having these discussions up front helps you set realistic expectations and build resilience. If you've already talked about potential roadblocks, they won't feel like devastating blows if they actually occur. You'll have a shared framework for how to navigate them. It's about building a robust partnership that can weather any storm. Okay, so how do you actually have this conversation without it completely falling apart? First, don't spring it on your partner. This is not a casual chat over dinner. Discuss when a good time is for both of you to sit down and talk seriously about your future. Pick a time when you're both rested, not stressed, and can give each other your full attention. And when you're talking, remember the golden rule: use I statements. Instead of saying, "You never make time for me," try, "I feel lonely when I don't get to see you often." This shifts the focus from blame to expressing your feelings and experiences. The goal is us vs the problem, not me vs you. You're a team facing a challenge together. Active listening is also absolutely critical. Really hear what your partner is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Ask clarifying questions. Reflect back what you hear to ensure understanding. And if things start to get heated or one of you feels overwhelmed, it is perfectly okay to take a break. Seriously, it's a sign of strength, not weakness. You can say, "Hey, I love you, and this is hard on both of us. How about we take an hour to cool down and then come back to it?" This preserves the relationship and allows for a more productive discussion later. Remember, you might not resolve everything in one sitting, and that's perfectly fine. The goal is to start the dialogue and keep it going. So, what's the potential outcome of having the hardest conversation? Hopefully, you'll both emerge feeling better with a renewed sense of teamwork and a clearer, shared plan for the road ahead. You'll have that vital end date, or at least a pathway to one, giving you both something concrete to work towards. This clarity reduces anxiety and strengthens your bond, turning those individual I misuse into a collective we're building this together. However, there's another possibility, and it's one that's equally important to acknowledge. One of you might decide that you genuinely don't want to move or make the necessary changes. It's a tough truth to face, but it's far better to know this sooner rather than later. Imagine years of personal sacrifice, emotional investment, and putting your own life on hold, only to discover there was never a shared vision for closing the distance. Having this conversation, even if it reveals incompatible futures, allows both of you to move forward with honesty and respect. It's about clarity, even if that clarity is painful. Ultimately, every long distance relationship needs this discussion. It's not just about surviving the distance. It's about thriving and building a future with confidence and mutual understanding. This conversation gives you the clarity to either confidently build a relationship that can withstand hard times or understand that your paths diverge. So ask yourself, are you ready to have the hardest conversation? I truly hope this framework helps you structure that dialogue in a clear, positive, and ultimately strengthening way. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing and it helps YouTube show more helpful videos like this. Thanks for watching. Here's to happy relationships and see you in the next one.